The Canadian Nomad, the Ontario Renegade, Michael Von Payton, making his way to ringside right now. He's coming over to say hi to the Chan Monkeys, some of his biggest fans right there. Eddie, of course, playing games with the camera crew there. I think he better slow down and take this one serious, because that's one tough challenger walking around the ring right there. We're just waiting now for Joe Allen to make the official ring introductions to start this match.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following matchup is a no disqualification, no count out main event match for the PWA Pure Wrestling Heavyweight Championship with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first, the challenger from Trenton, New Jersey. He weighs in tonight at 230 pounds. He is MVP Michael Von Payton. And his opponent in the black and red, he hails from Campbell River, British Columbia, and weighs in at 218 pounds. He is the current reigning and defending PWA Pure Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. He is Impact Eddie Osbourne.
Yeah, that's him, the reigning PWA champ. And he's the man making an impact, like it says on his trunks right there. He made the king of old school himself, Steve Corino, tap out to win that title, and he's not prepared to drop it anytime soon. Look at him over there. Oh, now he's wrecking the Chan Monkeys construction project. There's no reason for that. He couldn't find a sandcastle to kick over. He had to go knock over their little construction project. That's just too bad, because you know, there's Eddie. No respect for the fans from Eddie Osbourne. No respect for anybody. Welcome to Eddie Osbourne's world.
That's right. This should be a heck of a matchup. Two of the best here in the PWA. Obviously the Pure Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Chan Monkeys are making a fort over there that Eddie Osbourne didn't like very much and took down. Referee checking Impact Eddie Osbourne. And here it is, the main event. This feud has boiled up for months and months here. MVP and Impact Eddie Osbourne.
Yeah, I just noticed MVP stretching out that formerly injured shoulder right there. I don't know if he's trying to play a mind game with Eddie, or if he's trying to play a mind game with himself right now. If that shoulder's going to be a concern or a factor in this bout, do you think Eddie's going to target that arm?
Well, if there's any pain in that shoulder of MVP, I would not be stretching it or basically drawing a bullseye on it for Impact Eddie Osbourne, because he will go after that arm all day.
And there he is with the arm ringer right there, and you know, this is what Eddie likes. He likes to keep it down on the mat. He likes to mix it up and tangle. Oh, well, that's a little too close to the mat right there for him, I think, because MVP, he can match you hold for hold, strike for strike. They don't call this guy the Ontario Renegade for nothing.
Look at this now, getting through the feet. Ho stomps a foot, rolls it through. Ho ducks over into that hammerlock applied by Impact Eddie Osbourne. Trying to grab the head here, trying to grab the hair or the ears or something, anything he can get a hold of here is MVP. And steps it through here, still wrenching on that wrist and that arm.
Yeah, and there's a lot of respect between these two guys. They may not always show it with what they say, but you can tell just from the way they move in the ring that they have a lot of respect for each other's ability. And either one of these guys can pull out a high-impact move out of nowhere. Of course, MVP's got that vaunted mindbender finisher of his, which Eddie has stolen for his own. So you just never know what's going to happen when these two lock up.
Yeah, we've seen MVP land that big mindbender black hole slam on lots of guys, and even Crystal Banks as well, and it puts them through the mat. Like they knocked them out here, and Eddie Osbourne, I'm sure, will be no exception here if MVP can land that move.
Yeah, and you mentioned Crystal Banks, and the fans were wondering where she was too that are here in house. And for those of you that don't know, Crystal was involved in a horrible limousine crash. Her driver wiped out the limousine while he was taking her to the nearest Saks, and she's temporarily injured and out of action right now. But she's going to get better. And anybody who wants to direct well wishes to Crystal Banks can send them to purewrestling.com and hook up with the email address and send her a get well message.
That's good. Yeah, that's right. We wish Crystal Banks a recovery soon. Oh, hammerlock applied there by Impact Eddie Osbourne here on MVP. There's the elbows to the face. Oh, beautiful arm drag by MVP. Takes him down here, wrenching out that arm here again. Trying to pull that arm out, the arm out of the socket here of Eddie Osbourne.
A little bit of payback here from MVP on Eddie. He's showing him, and there he's trying to scrape his ear off the side of his head, but that's an all-day job with Eddie.
Absolutely. Going to take more than a knee to scrape that ear off. Oh, ducks it through here. Look at that now, wrench on that. Oh, smart move by MVP, throws that leg through. Look at that now. Oh, version of that inverted. Oh, whoa, trying to grab the ears here, but Osbourne makes it over.
Yeah, he's willing to work his way out of a hold that's not too devastating, but when you get close to something like that getting locked on you, like a crossface and or STF variation, Eddie was right to the ropes to break that up. He doesn't want to sustain any kind of damage in that. Looks like Eddie might be looking to make this one last a little longer, I think.
That's right. Wow, that is impressive from the Chant Monkeys.
Yeah, they're taking it right to Eddie O as always, and you know, he doesn't have too many fans around here, and the ones that do like his work, they don't admit it because you want those guys after you.
No doubt, they'll end up making a song about it. Apparently, you get a Chant Monkey drunk here in Brantford or in Cambridge as well. That's one of the advantages the PWA has.
Yeah, and this might be a real test of Payton's shoulder right there, and it seemed to work for him. He powered Eddie to the mat, stomped on his fingers relatively easy right there. I'd say that MVP is back to 100%, and that spells nothing but trouble for Eddie Osbourne.
Great legs! Great legs! Great legs!
I don't know what that means.
Well, of course, you know, they're making reference to the feud back in the summertime when PWA took care of GLCW and eliminated them from any kind of active competition here in Brantford. And of course, the Cham Monkeys, you know, their blood ties run deep, and they're not going to let Eddie forget any part of the role he played in Great Lakes no longer being a viable wrestling promotion because PWA just steamrolled right over top of them.
Yeah, that's right. They won't let us forget, that's for sure. But over here now, look at this. Oh, beautiful arm drag maneuver there by MVP able to catch it and throws it straight into a hammerlock.
Yeah, this could be an instructional video on Mat Wrestling between these two right here because now is he going for a nose there? Is he got him by the nose or is he fish hooked him right there? MVP being a little nastier than normal here, but obviously there's bad blood between these two.
Absolutely. MVP here. He's got that arm wrenched. That arm wrenched in there. He's got one up and one down. One in the back of Eddie Osbourne. Sinking that knee here, trying to kill him.
Yeah, and there's no sweeter sound for a lot of fans in PWA than to hear Eddie Osbourne screaming in pain. And usually it's him that's got somebody all tied up here, but here's MVP is twisting him up like a pretzel right now.
That's right. He's got a cloverleaf. He's got a hammerlock. He's got a top wrist lock. He's got everything applied on Osbourne there. Osbourne was not able to tap out.
Yeah, I think he just released that hold because there was no other body part left to fold, spindle, or mutilate right there. And now let's see if he takes a striking attack. But an eye rake from Eddie there.
Very technical, yeah, that's right.
It's got to be legal in one of the 165 countries Eddie wrestles in.
Yeah, that's right. There's a big double axe handle there by Impact Eddie Osbourne.
Oh, now MVP!
Oh, look at this, choking him out on that second rope is Impact Eddie Osbourne here. Impact Eddie Osbourne. Look at this. Wrenched on those legs here. Oh, pulling on that half crab, that Canadian maple leaf while MVP's on the ropes here, but no disqualification.
Well, this is a no DQ match, and I was wondering why the referee wasn't counting that. I slipped that information, and I'm surprised that Eddie's kept it as technical as he has then with the opportunity to do anything he wants. But here, look at this move right here, and he's got MVP in a world of trouble right now.
Yeah, Eddie Osbourne showing MVP that sure you have a lot of technical submission moves, but I've got a couple too, including that inverted Texas cloverleaf, almost a trailer hitch type maneuver.
Yeah, and he's playing it smart too. This is a long-term counter for the Mindbender because MVP has to be able to pivot and swing on his legs for that move to be effective. And if Eddie damages his legs through the course of the bout, the odds of MVP being able to land that devastating finisher later in the bout are slim to none.
That's right. Here he goes. Oh, Eddie Osbourne rolls it through here. Osbourne there, tied from the top here. Look at this. Getting to his feet here is Impact Eddie Osbourne. Oh, picking him way up here. Look at this. Oh, MVP has Osbourne in the corner here now. Has him tied up in the corner. Oh, throwing that big shoulder into Impact Eddie Osbourne in the corner.
Yeah, he's using his weight advantage there right now, and he's but he ran into a big knee there because Eddie's always thinking all the time, and his resilience is amazing. He can take a hell of a beating, which is a good thing for him because there's people lining up to give him one.
That's right, smart move by Eddie Osbourne to throw that knee out into the face of MVP. Oh, there they go again with their song here. Now, scooping up MVP is Eddie Osbourne now. Throws MVP into that top rope. Almost knocks him out here. Look at that. Now has him heart wrench on that arm wrench here. Down top. Oh, those chops from Eddie Osbourne. Very few people throw those chops better than Eddie Osbourne, especially the back chops.
Yeah, he's very effective with his striking. He doesn't get enough credit for his striking attack, Eddie Osbourne, but he's very wicked with his knees as well. But here we see MVP's no slouch with the punches either, but there another one of those chops puts him right down on his knees.
Catches that arm here. Look at this. Wrenches him back here now. Going for that move that put MVP out of commission. Going for that move that make the king of old school, Steve Carino, tap out, which is not an easy task. But he could win this matchup here against MVP after this. But MVP up and rolls it through here into that front face lock now applied by MVP. Smart move, able to get it. If he was able to do that the first time all that time ago, he must have practiced the tapes and saw what he did wrong and studied to find out how to get out of that maneuver so he would not have his arm broken.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it that MVP never stops learning. He's scouted Eddie well. He's been watching tapes. When he was on the shelf, he didn't sit around eating Doritos. He sat around and watched tapes of Eddie Osbourne in action and learned as much as he could about this guy. He's coming back ready. But here's Eddie with new innovations all the time. You can bet he didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, that's right. Osbourne climbs to the outside here, and with both hands, MVP wrapped around his neck and wrenching on him here, drops himself to the ground.
Yeah, but see, here's if Eddie has a weakness, it's overconfidence sometimes. And you can see now he feels he's in control, and he's starting to spend a little more time.
Throws those big snot rockets back to the Chan monkey roll there.
Yeah, that's just plain nasty and one of the most vile moves in professional wrestling. Again, right back to the shoulder. I think that Eddie's picked that same particular body part, and he's gonna start laying a world of hurt on MVP now.
That's right, MVP down here. Osbourne now. Throws that knee into the back. Those knees in the back.
He's got that arm popped up like that. That pulls the shoulder blade out, and then Eddie dropped two big knees into it. He's always working it. Nothing is left a chance with Eddie Osbourne.
That's right, MVP, as we said, could have been studying those tapes to see if he could find a way to get out of that hole. But the problem with Impact Eddie Osbourne is that he has one that's very effective that works on the arm. Chances are he's got two.
Yeah, more likely 6 or 7 or a couple of dozen because Eddie Osbourne is a master of innovation, and if he's an absolute genius at finding new painful ways to stretch the human body.
Now look at this here, Irish whip. Into the ropes goes MVP, up and over with the sunset flip. MVP could win it here. He rolls him through here, 1, 2. Kick out by Osbourne, to his feet is MVP, kick to the gut here. What's he got planned? Small package roll up here by MVP, 2. Kick out by Impact Eddie Osbourne. And there's a big clothesline. Eddie keeps his belt still.
Yeah, and it's interesting to note that MVP hasn't tried for his Mindbender yet. One's wondering if he's going to start. Eddie picked him up right there. Obviously, he wants to punish him some more. I think he might have been able to end it right there. It looks like MVP might be suffering damage to his shoulder again.
Absolutely, something does not look right in the shoulder of MVP there. There's some bones or some ligaments poking out from the looks of it, from what I'm seeing, but right hands there. And the big dive-in headbutt, and he could have got a couple ears in there. If so, it could have been deadly there with a big ear butt.
Yeah, that could have been it. If that ear dropped across the throat, that could have been nasty. But it looks right now like there's a couple more lumps in MVP's shoulder that weren't there when he got dressed this morning. And if Eddie senses that and goes after it, this could get ugly real fast.
Look at this. Oh, into the corner there, MVP. Oh, going for a bulldog, but MVP catches him into a big pendulum backbreaker. Catches that bulldog and takes him down hard.
Yeah, and MVP's got to come back quick now. He's got the edge right here, right now. He's got to jump on it, but look at him favoring that arm. He doesn't want to use it unless he has to. Yeah, there's something damaged inside there, and that's a typical Eddie Osbourne trademark, and that's just to inflict carnage on cartilage.
Yeah, some does not look good in the shoulder and in the drape area there of MVP. Seems to be moving all right, but it definitely does not look very healthy. Oh, hard kick to the face there by MVP there.
Yeah, he's going to stay on Eddie now and not let up for 1 second because it takes a lot to beat this man down. And he looks like he's got a little bit of...
Oh, wow! The big man flies with a big springboard leg drop, which wasn't enough to take Osbourne out.
No, but he's got to stay on him now. He can't afford to waste any more time. He's got to keep right on him. Don't give Eddie a chance to breathe. Don't give Eddie a chance to think.
Right hand by MVP, hanging Osbourne up on that second rope here. Look at this, right hands. Right hands here. Oh, look at this, drop toe hold, takedown. Oh, there's the machine gun. The machine gun on the big old ears of Eddie Osbourne there.
Yeah, and that's just going to make Eddie mad. He hates that. He knows he was born with abnormally large ears, and there's not.
Oh, here comes another one. Riddle in the ears, the big old ears of Satellite Impact Eddie Osbourne.
Satellite, yeah. And again, great camera work to catch that move there, and to even get all those ears in the screen.
Oh, yeah, no, that is a wide zoom. Now look at this. Oh wow, look at that roll up into that leg lock there by MVP. Throwing those legs in here. No. And now wrench on that arm here. Wrench on those arms here. MVP is going to try to damage Eddie Osbourne just the way that he does to him.
Yeah, but it looks to me like MVP's still favoring that arm, so I don't know how much he had to let it go there because that arm's paining him. It's hurting him right there, and he had to drop that hold before Eddie even had a chance to try and break out of it. So I think the damage has been done. Now we'll just have to see how MVP corrects and adjusts for having this wounded wing.
That's right, did not have enough strength to hold on to that maneuver there, did MVP. Now look at these forearms here, MVP showing. There he goes. Into the ropes. Oh, kicks his face there. Does impact Eddie Osbourne. Step it through. Oh, there's knee to the arm here. Another hard knee to the arm. Oh, you can hear that pop there. I don't know if that was the ring. I think that was the arm of MVP, Michael Von Payton.
Yeah, he's targeted now, seriously. He's going at it. Everything he does is after that arm. And it's only a matter of time. As good as MVP is, can even he withstand this type of onslaught?
Whoa, basement drop kick, baseball slide to the outside. MVP gets neatly deposited on the floor there, but that shoulder could be popped out.
Yeah, it could be indeed. And, Eddie out here, he's got a whole bunch more stuff to inflict pain on that arm with, and it looks like he's going to start with the ring post.
Yeah, look at this, hung him up on the rope. Oh! Was going for that big chop, but out of the way went MVP, which is a very smart maneuver because A, he didn't get chopped, and B, Osbourne's hand is going to be hurt if he does decide to chop later.
That could be the great equalizer right there, and Eddie looks like he's, what is he? He must have gone underneath the ring or something because MVP seems to be looking for him.
I
see him.
I don't know where it is, but Osbourne! Look at this!
Oh, damn it. Who's done it?
Oh my goodness! Oh, Osbourne trying to crawl to the back here. Osbourne, well, I guess is gonna fight in the back here, but here comes MVP. He's dragging Eddie Osbourne, kicking and screaming by his legs here, pulling Osbourne all the way out here. Osbourne, oh, that is not good. Right to the cash and prizes of Eddie Osbourne. Not good, but there's no DQ.
Over here! Over here! Over here! Over here! Over here!
Yeah, MVP still pounding on Eddie now, and he took one, he packed Eddie's suitcase for him, and now Eddie looks like he's trying to leave. But a big chop to the back. And they're going out of range down the hallway here. There's a big staircase on the other side of that door, folks, so you don't want anybody to take a tumble down that. MVP is bringing him back into the bright lights now. Big knees to the chest still. Go for his mind bender out on the floor. Maybe no, Eddie fights Everett again. He posts the arm out there on the floor amongst the fans. This is the move that made Carino tap out right here. Fans are doing what they can to rally MVP. There's no way he can make the ropes from there. He rolls him over into a pin. And just a 2 count for MVP right there. Still dangerous, but look at him favoring that arm. Nice back kick, bends Eddie over.
Oh yeah, that's right. Eddie Osbourne getting his head bounced all over this venue. Oh! Now throwing that shoulder. Throwing that shoulder into the post here. It is Impact Eddie Osbourne. Look at this now. Osbourne and MVP in the ring here. Both men fighting away. Eddie Osbourne. This could be MVP's night here. Stepping his arm through. Look at this. Russian leg sweep by MVP. Now steps that arm through, or that leg through again, and now stretching on that arm here. Osbourne in an immense amount of pain here. Rolls it through with a pin. Kick out by Osbourne. Kick out here by Osbourne. Oh, hard knee to the head. Look at this now. Uh-oh, Wizard. Wizard, we got a serious problem here. We got 10 seconds till the time limit expires.
30 minutes has gone by like that, just that fast. It's amazing at the blink of an eye when MVP doesn't know that, obviously, or he'd be working a lot harder than he is right now, just choking Eddie on the ropes right now.
That's it. I got to ring the bell. I got to ring the bell.
You see the fans aren't happy. The bell rung. Joe had to ring the bell. He's pointing at his watch.
Osbourne.
Yes, screwed Michael.
You got lucky.
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. 5 more. No time limit.
Doesn't look to me like either one of these guys is ready to stop right now, despite the fact the bell's already rung. Huge move off the ropes by MVP. The ref looks confused. The fans are confused. Everybody's confused. Somebody else is in there now. Reggie's in there. He's come in there. He's dragging Eddie out. He's trying to say, come on, you've had enough. You're not getting paid anymore. Payday stopped when the bell rang.
Gentlemen, the 20-minute time limit has expired.
20 minutes? I thought this was a 30-minute match.